Now we are about to see the story The Little Girl by Catherine Mansfield. From the title itself, it's very clear that the story is about a little girl. As it is about a little girl, surely this story and the incidents in it may not be new to you. You might have also experienced the same in your life at times. Come, let's move into the story. The story starts with a line. To the little girl, he was a figure to be feared and avoided. The little girl is Kezia. She is the central character in our story, and she was feared of a person. He was none her own father. Every morning, before going to work, Kezia's father would come into Kezia's room and give her a casual kiss. Immediately, Kezia would reply, "Goodbye, father." Then his father would move out for work. When Kezia heard the noise of the carriage in which her father travelled to office, when she heard the noise of the carriage growing fainter and fainter, she felt much happy and she felt relieved too. You might also have the same feeling. You might be very familiar with your father's vehicle sound. So, when he goes out for work or for any other thing, when you hear his vehicle sound moving away from your house, probably you may be much happy because you can watch TV or else you can do your favorite thing as you wish. And evening when he comes back and when you hear the vehicle sound coming towards your house, you'd be getting ready to pretend as if you are very sincere in your studies or very sincere in some other work. This is our usual pretension. So Kezia too was happy when her father moved out of her house. In the evening, when he came back, Kezia would stand near the staircase, the steps to upstairs, and she could hear the loud sound of her father. Her father would stand in the hall and he would ask for tea as well as papers and slippers to Kezia's mother. Kezia's mother would immediately call Kezia and she would say to Kezia, "If you are a good girl, you can come down and take off father's boots." This might also be our mom's favorite dialogue. Whether it is a boy or a girl, our mom used to say, "You're a good girl, please do this work. You're a good boy, go to shop and buy this." Like that, she would pet us. So, mother was calling Kezia and asked Kezia to remove the father's boots. Slowly, Kezia would move into drawing room where her father was already there. When she entered, most probably father might have worn spectacles and he was ready to read newspapers. Seeing father, immediately Kezia would be frightened. Kezia's father would immediately call Kezia to come and remove his boots and take those boots and keep them outside. And he would usually ask a question: "Have you been a good girl today?" Kezia was already much feared of father. So when he asked this question, immediately she would start to say the answer and she would stutter at that particular minute. She would utter the first alphabet or the first syllable again and again. Here she tries to say, "I don't know." So she was saying, "I don't know, father," like that. Kezia's father would imitate Kezia in the same way. "You don't know?" And he would also say, if Kezia stuttered like that again and again, probably mother had to take Kezia to doctor. You could have seen little children when they started to speak at first. They may stutter like this. They will say the first letter, rest the first syllable again and again. And when they grow up, probably they will leave that habit. If that stuttering continues, surely we have to refer a doctor. So only Kezia's father also says if she continued to stutter, surely she should be consulted with a doctor. But Kezia didn't stutter with other people. When she talked with other people, she was quite normal. As she had much fear for father, only with her father she stutters. As Kezia was feared of father, the way she looked at her father was not good. So immediately father would say Kezia's mother to teach Kezia not to look like that, because that look seemed much hopeless. It seemed as if Kezia was in a thought to commit suicide. Such a hopeless look it was. And Kezia's father would instruct her to take the teacup back to the table carefully without breaking it. To Kezia, her father looked so big. His hands, neck, and his mouth, especially when he yawned. It was so big for Kezia. So when Kezia brought her father's picture in her mind, she would compare her father like a giant. You may be familiar with the word giant. He looks like a human being, but he would be abnormally big and tall, and it is only an imaginary creature in literatures. On Sunday afternoons, Kezia's grandmother would send Kezia to the drawing room to have a talk with father and mother, because other days father would be busy in his work. On Sunday, he would be free. So Kezia's grandmother would send Kezia to have a chat with father and mother. But whenever Kezia entered into the drawing room on Sunday afternoons, she could see mother reading there and father lying down on the sofa and sleeping nicely, covering his face with handkerchief, sleeping as well as snoring too. Kezia would sit on a stool and watch both father and mother in a very serious way. She would watch father till he woke up from his sleep. Whenever her father woke up from the sleep, he would ask for the time. Then, seeing Kezia, he would scold, "Don't stare so." And he also passed command that Kezia looked like a little brown owl when she stared so. Do you remember? Already he told that Kezia's look looked like she was in a thought to commit suicide. Now he said she looked like a little brown owl. You might have seen the eyes of owl. So Kezia looked so in her stare. One day, Kezia was affected by cold, a common cold. So she was indoors. She didn't go out and play. Her grandmother told her that her father's birthday was on next week, and she also suggested Kezia to make a pin cushion as a gift for her father. And she gave a beautiful piece of yellow silk cloth to make that pin cushion. Pin cushion is a small, soft thing which is used to store pins as well as needles. In olden days, probably they might be made of cloth. Inside, they would be stuffed with cotton or something. Nowadays, you could have seen a magnetic pin stand everywhere on the table. Kezia also started to prepare the pin cushion. She stitched the three sides, and before stitching the fourth side, she has to fill the pin cushion with something. Sh- She thought what to fill in. Her grandmother was out in the garden. So immediately Kezia entered into mother's bedroom to look for some scraps, some pieces of cloth or paper which is not needed, some waste scraps. On the table, she saw many sheets of paper. It was just piled on the table. Immediately, she took all those papers. She tore them into small, small pieces and stuffed into the cloth. And she stitched the fourth side too. Without knowing anything about that paper, Kezia might have taken, but it was father's important speech paper. So that particular night, there was a huge mess in the house. Kezia's father started to search the paper everywhere. All the rooms were searched. Servants were questioned whether they have taken the paper or they have seen the paper. And finally, Kezia's mother came to Kezia's room and she inquired to Kezia whether she had seen the paper which were on the table. Immediately and innocently, Kezia told yes, and she also agreed that she only tore all those papers and she kept them for a surprise. Mother got much angry. Immediately, she just screamed, "What?" And she dragged the child to the dining room immediately. When she was dragged down, probably Kezia would also be frightened. There, father was just walking to and fro. He just tucked his hands back and he was walking front and back. Mother explained everything to father. So he stopped walking and immediately he just looked at the child in a very angry way and he asked, "Did you do that?" Again, Gesia started to stutter. "No, no, no," like that. She just answered. Father Kezia cried too much and she tried to explain why she took those sheets of paper and why she tore them. But father was not ready to listen to that. She was lying on the shadowed room. Evening, as it was time of sunset, it made some patterns on the floor, maybe window grills or tree branches. Shadow might have fallen into the room. Kezia was watching that. At that time, her father entered into Kezia's room with a ruler in his hand. And he also told that he was about to beat Kezia. In fear, Kezia just shouted, "No, no." She just hid those things under her bedclothes. He pulled them out of the bedclothes. He ordered Kezia to sit up straight. He also told her to hold her hand out. That is ready to get beatings. He also told that Kezia should learn the lesson. What was not belong to her, she should not take. She should take her own things. She was not allowed to take others' things. So, to teach this lesson, Kezia's father wanted to give her nice beating. That particular moment also, Kezia tried to explain it was for his birthday as a surprise she wanted to do. But father was not ready to listen to anything. Immediately he gave a nice blow on Kezia's little pink palms. For many hours, Kezia cried. Her grandmother only tried to console Kezia. Her grandmother wrapped Kezia in a shawl and she rocked her in the rocking chair. The child clung to Kezia's grandmother so tightly. You could have seen a rocking chair, a chair which can move to and fro. Kezia was so upset. She even told her grandmother, "Why did God made for this?" Kezia's grandmother consoled her and she told her to sleep. And in the next morning, Kezia would probably forget about everything, her father's anger, beatings, everything. Kezia's grandmother also tried to explain her father. As he was so upset about the paper, he didn't listen to that on that particular day. But the child never forget about that beatings. After that incident, whenever Kezia saw her father, she was much frightened. She would immediately keep her hands behind, and in fear, her cheek would turn into red. Mr. McDonald was their neighbor. The McDonalds refers to his complete family, he, his wife, as well as their children. Mr. McDonald had 5 children. One day, Kezia saw through a gap in the fence that MacDonald was playing the game tag with his children. The father carried the baby Mo on his shoulder. The two little girls they just ran nearby MacDonald and they were hanging onto his coat packets and running round and round. They were playing and their complete play was with laughter. And Kezia could see the boys one time turn the horse towards the father so that he could have been completely drenched on that water. And father, he didn't even scold the boys. He tried to catch them, and they were all laughing, running, and playing. At that time only, Kezia decided that there were different sorts of fathers. Some would be much friendly, and some would be strict. One day, Kezia's mother was ill, and she was taken to hospital. So Kezia's grandmother also went along with Kezia's mother to hospital. The girl was along with the cook Alice. During daytime, there was not even a problem to Kezia. But as night came, she was afraid to sleep all alone because each and every day Kezia would have a nightmare. Nightmare means an unpleasant dream. A dream at times we might be frightened of. That's only nightmare. Whenever Kezia had a nightmare, immediately Kezia's grandmother would take her and she would console Kezia. On that particular day, as grandmother was not in the house, Alice removed socks and other things of Kezia and she just warned Kezia not to scream in fear because when she screamed, probably she would woke up father. But on that day too, Kezia had the same nightmare. A butcher with a knife and a rope coming so closer to Kezia with a very frightened smile so that Kezia couldn't move anywhere else. She couldn't run and escape. She was standing still and she started to cry, shout, grandmother, grandmother, like that. When she woke up, she could see father was standing near her bed with a candle in his hand. He asked why Kezia was shouting. Kezia couldn't say in complete sentence, so she was just saying part by part. A butcher, a knife, I want granny, like that. She just said some words. Father would have understood Kezia's state, so she immediately blew out the candle. She took Kezia in a very loving manner, and she took Kezia to his bedroom. And there was a newspaper already on the bed, so he took the newspaper and threw it away, and he kept Kezia so close to her in his bed. In a half sleepy mood, Kezia could still have the glimpses of the butcher, smile, everything. So she crept so close to father, and she held her father's shirt so tightly. Then that night darkness, nightmares, everything didn't disturb Kezia. Father, as he was already tired, he slept before Kezia. At that time, Kezia started to think about her father. As she was so close to father, she could feel her father. He was little bit harder than grandmother. Grandmother, because of her old age, as she was a woman, she was very soft for Kezia. But Kezia's father, as he was working, as he is a man, he looked hard for Kezia, and Kezia liked that hardness. She felt it was a nice hardness. As he had work each and every day, as he had much work, he couldn't play just like McDonald. But Kezia's father also had the same love as each and every father had towards his children. As Kezia tore up the important speech paper of father, she was punished. Other than that, Kezia's father was also so good. She understood and she gave a big sigh. Other time again father asked what was the matter, whether any other dream Kezia had. Kezia told that her head was so close to father's heart so that she could hear what was in father's heart. She told her father had a big heart. So big here doesn't refers only the size. He had much generous heart. So Kezia understood the real love of her father. So just like Kezia, we also at times mistook our parents when they seemed to be little bit hard or harsh outward. But surely each and every parent had much love for their children.